Teslas have a lot of different features and settings, and for new owners, that can be pretty overwhelming. So in this video, I'm going to go through every single Tesla setting on the menu and tell you exactly what it does. Now, some may be self-explanatory, others maybe not so much, and I am in a Model 3. There is some variance between different models, but for the most part, every Tesla has the same menu. So let's get into it and tap that car icon and start with the controls here. We have our lights, we have off, we have our parking lights, we have our lights on, and I recommend just keeping them automatic. And next to our lights here, we have our brights, and same thing if you want them on or off. But if it's in blue, it's on automatic, and I recommend keeping that automatic as well. The next row of buttons, we can fold our side view mirrors. Child lock is for the back doors. You can do both left or right. So if someone's back there trying to open the doors, if you have this on, they won't be able to. I'll take that off. Not an issue for me, not yet at least. We have window lock, same thing in the back if someone's back there and they want to roll in the window. If you have it locked, they won't be able to do that. And then glove box, you tap that here and your glove box opens. The next row are our wipers. I have them on off. We can do between 1 and 4 for your wiper speeds. You can put it on automatic. It works okay if it's raining out. Tesla will adjust the wiper speed depending on how fast it needs to go to keep your windshield clean. It's not perfect, but you can keep it on off or automatic if you want to try that. So you don't have to worry about going in this menu and adjusting your wiper speed. Next, we can adjust our mirrors here with this button. You can go on the left scroll wheel and go up or down or left or right. And the left or the right mirror will move accordingly depending which one you tap. Auto tilt is when you're in reverse. The mirrors will tilt down so you can see your wheels if you're in a tight spot and don't want to hit the curb. It's pretty cool to see that. Auto fold is when you park your car. When you walk away, the mirrors will automatically fold for you. And auto dim is very good if you're driving at night and if someone's behind you with some bright lights. In some cars, it would reflect on your mirrors and just blind you. The Tesla, the mirrors can dim, so if there's someone behind you with bright lights at night, it's not going to blind you. And then we have our steering. Same idea. You can adjust your steering wheel by going up, down, left, or right on the scroll wheel to go up, down, in, or out accordingly. Make sure you save when you're done. Here we have some Sentry mode settings. I'll get into that later when we go to safety, but for now, it tells me my car is recording and that Sentry mode is on when this little red light is on. But if I want to turn it off, I can do that from here as well. And Sentry mode just means my car is recording around me right now. And car wash mode is super cool. I'll tap it, show you what it does. You can see everything here. The best thing here is the charge port door locked. So for me, if I'm hand washing my car, if you tap the charge port, it'll open, which is great. Except for when you're washing your car, you don't want that part to get wet or put the hose on it. So it's great to have car wash mode on if you hand wash your car to make sure your charge port door doesn't open. And you can go to screen clean mode, so you can wipe the screen and do whatever you want here. And if you want to exit, just hold here. It'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. So when you're done, you can hold that and have your screen clean without worrying about hitting any buttons when you do that. And then you can exit car wash mode with that button right there. You can also put your car in neutral. I'm not going to do that right now for you guys, but you can do it right there if you want to. And then down here is your screen brightness. You can go all the way down or all the way up. Again, I recommend auto. It does pretty well during the day or at night, dimming or brightening your screen. Now we'll go to dynamics next. Here we have acceleration between chill, standard, and because I have the 3 performance, I get an option called insane. Chill mode is if you slam the accelerator, the car won't go as fast as it could. It's still a little bit fast, but not too crazy. Standard is your standard 0 to 60 time, whatever for your car is. So if you have like the long range, I think it's like 4.7, 4.6 seconds. That's your standard acceleration. And then if you have like the sport or performance variant of whatever car, like the Model S Plaid or something, you'll have something crazy here like insane or Plaid or whatever. So I keep mine on insane just because I like to go have some fun sometimes. Next, we have ride and handling. So if you have an adaptive suspension, you can choose between sport and standard. I'll hit info so you guys can read it here if you want to. But standard is just so much softer than sport. So for my daily driving, I keep it on standard. And if you want to use standard ride and handling in Autopilot, you can check this here and do that there. Steering weight. So if I put it on light and I make a turn, the wheel has like no resistance. It's super easy to turn and drive. It's great, but I like to go on heavy, get that sports car feeling. But if you want something in the middle, you can put it on standard, but that's what your steering weight is. And I'll go back on heavy for me. Now track mode, I'm not going to get into it because 1, it's only for the 3 or Y performance or the Model S Plaid. And 2, I don't really know too much about it. I haven't taken my car to the track yet or ever, but I will soon, but not yet. So we'll skip that for now. Next, we have apply brakes when regenerative braking is limited. I'll hit the info here. But if you guys don't know what regen braking is, if you're in a Tesla and you let off the accelerator, the car will slow down much more than what you're used to, and it makes one pedal driving very easy to do, so you never have to touch a brake pedal. But when your regen braking is limited, it's usually when it's super cold outside and your battery is not warmed up yet, or if you're at or near 100% charge for your battery. You won't have any of that regen braking, so just off the accelerator. It'll feel just like any gas car, it'll keep on coasting. And if you don't want that coasting feeling, you can enable this apply brakes when regen braking is limited. So instead of the regen braking, it'll apply brakes, and you'll still get that like regen braking force feeling. Now next we have auto shift. It is what it sounds like. If you back into a spot and go out and do your thing and come back in your car will know you want to be in drive. So when you put your foot on the brake and have auto shift enabled, it'll automatically put you in drive. Or if you're making a 3-point turn, it'll know when you want to go into drive and reverse and drive and, vice versa. It's not always perfect. It's pretty cool when it works though, so I keep it on. And then slip start, like it says, if you're stuck in snow, sand, or mud, you can enable slip start to turn off traction control and help get you out of that. We're going to go to charging next. Here you can adjust your charge limit. So for Teslas, it recommends 80% for your daily driving. I keep mine at 70 just to save some more battery. I don't use too much at all. But if you're on a road trip, you can go all the way up to 100%, get a full charge. Then it'll ask you if you want to do this charge only or keep it at 100% for forever, which I wouldn't recommend. So you can do that right there. But I'll bring mine back down to 70 so I don't have to worry about it. And if you're charging on a 48 amp charger and just don't want to max that out for whatever reason, you can adjust your max amps right here as well. You can also open your charge port and then you schedule. It's pretty cool. Let's go through here for a second. It takes you down to this menu here and you can precondition or charge. So precondition will adjust your cabin temperature and warm your battery up when you get in your car. If I open it up here, you will see, let's say I work a 9 to 5 and I get in my car at 8:30 every single day. I can do precondition by 8:30 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every week. And then at this point, if I get in my car at 8:30 between Monday and Friday, my battery will be warmed up, my car will be warmed up and all ready to go. And then charge is very similar. You can schedule when your car starts and stops charging. So for example, if you use a time of use electricity rate and your electricity is super cheap between like, let's say midnight and 6 a.m., you can open this menu here. You can hit start charging at midnight, end charging at 6 a.m., and you can plug your car in any time of the day you want. Let's do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Repeat every week. And then no matter when it's plugged in, it will only charge between midnight and 6 a.m., Monday through Friday. So our next menu is Autopilot. Here we have a lot of stuff. If you have full self-driving, there's a ton of different settings you can adjust. Most people will just have auto steer or autopilot. So we'll go through the autopilot settings. But we'll kind of skim through here because depending on what you have, this is where you'll see a lot of variation between FSD and standard autopilot. But to activate it, you can either single click or double click the right scroll wheel in. For me, I keep it on single click. You can do whatever you want. Navigate on autopilot, I'll let you read here. There's a lot of stuff here. It's basically like full self-driving, but a little bit different, but I'm not going to go through all that. If you want to, you can read it all here. But I want to go to set speed because what this is, let's say you're on the highway driving at 70 and the speed limit is 65. If you have it set to speed limit and you're driving 70 and you engage autopilot, it'll set your car at 65 miles an hour because you have it on speed limit. But if you want to have it at current speed, so if you want to engage autopilot and have it go 70 because you're going 70 right now, you can hit current speed. I like to keep mine on speed limit and then just kind of go up or down from there. And then offset for the speed limit, you can do percentage or fixed. I'll open it up here so you guys can see, but fixed is pretty much like the same speed limit for all roads, or percentage is whatever variant speed limit there is. Now ASS, actually smart summon. This one's pretty cool. If you have full self-driving, it's only available with that. If you're in a parking lot, so you're grocery shopping and you get out and you want your car to come to you, you can go in your app and summon your car to you, and your car will drive in the parking lot. It'll navigate around whatever it needs to, and it comes to you. It's not perfect. It's a little scary at first, so I would go in an empty parking lot and try it out, see how much you trust it. But it's pretty cool that you can do that with the setting here. Now, speed limit warning, if you're driving going over the speed limit, if you have it on display, it'll just get a little bigger on the screen and let you know, hey, you're kind of going a little too fast. Then if you have a chime, if you go over the speed limit, it'll give you a little beep and just say, hey, you're speeding. I keep mine on display. I don't notice it too much, honestly. You can turn it off if you want to, but those are your options. And then again, between chime and display, if you wanted to alert you, however, between relative and absolute speed, you can adjust that as well. forward collision warning. If your Tesla thinks you're going to hit something in front of you, it will alert you. You can set it at like late, medium, or early. So if you want to be super cautious and have it alert you very early on, you can tap early. It's pretty sensitive. I keep mine on medium. You could even have it on late. I wouldn't turn it off just because it's a good safety feature, but there are some false positives here. Lane departure avoidance, again, a pretty common safety feature in other cars. If I can tap, I can show you guys what it does. But you can turn it on just warning you or assisting you. So if you start veering out of the lane, it'll actually pull you back in the lane. Then we have some other smaller settings here. Emergency lane departure avoidance. It'll tell you there you want to disable it. Probably not. Good safety feature. Auto emergency braking. Again, a good safety feature. Very simple to explain. Obstacle aware acceleration. This is pretty cool. If someone's in front of you or someone's in front of you, it'll limit your acceleration if the car thinks it's going to hit something. So it's another good safety feature. They're all kind of similar, right? But the last one here, green light traffic chime, is very cool because let's say you're at a red light and you're zoning out or doing something you're not supposed to be doing. If the light turns green, you're not paying attention. After like a second, it'll give you a little chime, a little beep to let you know, hey, the light's green and you can go ahead. Now we can go down to locks. Here you'll have your key cards and your phones that you have connected to your Tesla. And then you can turn your child lock again on or off here for the both left or right doors in the back. You can do your window locks on or off as well. Walk away door lock is very cool. I recommend turning this on because what it does, just like it sounds, if you have your phone or your key card on you when you park your Tesla and walk away, it'll automatically lock once you get a certain distance away from it, which is super convenient. And if you park in your garage and don't want to have this feature on at home, you can check that button. So when you're in your garage, the car just won't lock. Driver door unlock mode. If you come towards your car, it usually automatically unlocks all the doors. If you wanted to only unlock the driver door, you would enable this feature here. Hands-free trunk. I'm going to turn this on. This is pretty cool. So if you're standing by your trunk with your phone and your car knows you're there, it'll give you some chimes, like 2 or 3 little beeps. And then if you're still there, it'll open the trunk for you. So if you have like a handful of groceries and can't open your trunk, just stand there for a few seconds and your trunk will automatically open. And you could exclude home with this one if you want to as well. Probably smart if you're in your garage working on something standing behind your car. The trunk just won't open randomly. And then unlock on park. If you put the car in park, the doors just unlock. If you don't want that to happen, you can turn this off. But if it's off, you don't have to like go in and unlock your car. You just open the door and it'll unlock. Car left open notifications, just like how it sounds. If you leave your window or your doors open and you want your Tesla app to let you know you left it open, you can turn those on accordingly, and you can exclude home as well. So if you want your windows rolled down in your garage, if you pick up some Wingstop late at night and don't want your car to smell like wings in the morning, just from experience, you can exclude home. So it won't let you know that your windows are open in your garage because you did it on purpose. Lock confirmation sound. You can customize your lock sound actually to take you to this little secret menu here, I guess. Let's go back to locks. You want that on because when you lock your car, you want the car to let you know that it's locked by making a sound, and you can customize your lock sound as well. And then close windows, unlock, just like how it sounds. If you lock the car, the windows close. If you have a MyQ connected garage, you can link your account so your garage door automatically opens or closes depending on your departure or arrival. But I don't have that. We're not going to get into it. Now lights, here we have our headlights, self-explanatory. Auto turn signals is pretty cool. I'll open this up so you can read here, but if you turn the turn signal on, just like any other car, and you make a full turn and go back to straight, it will turn off. But with auto turn signals, if you turn a turn signal on and you just change lanes, once you're in your lane, your turn signal will turn off automatically. Adaptive headlights, a very cool feature. Like it says, it'll adjust your headlights for curves. If you turn right, your headlights will turn right too, so you can see what's on the road on the right side in front of you. Headlights after exit, just how it sounds. If you want to turn your headlights on after you get out of your car, they'll stay on for like an extra minute if you turn this on here. Accent lights for the interior, you can adjust the brightness here. You can turn them off, turn them on night only. And you can adjust the color of the lights with any color that you want inside your car. Dome lights are the lights in the car. Just tap them here if you want to turn them on or off. You can do it from the screen here, I guess, too. And then footwell lights are the lights by your feet. Now here in seats, you can adjust your cooled or heated seats from here. Mine are pretty cool because it's hot outside. And then what's pretty cool, the passenger seat, I'm in the driver's seat, but I can move the passenger seat forward or backward by just tapping here as well, and adjust anybody else's cooled or heated seats. Now going to display, here we have the appearance. Light is what you see here with the white. Dark is this black screen here. Depending what you like, you can turn it on light or dark whenever you want. I have mine auto, so during the day, it'll be light, and when the sun goes down, it goes to dark. Reduce blue light, like it says, automatically adjusts to warmer colors at night, so when it's nighttime and it's dark out, the screen's not super bright in your face. Brightness, you can adjust it here. I keep it on auto, very simple. Automatic blind spot camera is super cool. If you turn your right turn signal on, you can see it pops up right there. Left side, same thing. The fender cameras come up, so it's super easy to change lanes. And you can even move them too if you want it here, or here, or here. So I like those on. Very convenient. Screen clean mode, just like the car wash thing. 3, 2, 1. If you want to clean your screen, you can do that here as well. Lock rear display, so the rear display in the back, if you have a rear screen, you can lock that if you want to. Scroll wheel function, so your left scroll wheel is customizable. I have mine on glove box, so if I hold in my left scroll wheel for a second, my glove box will open. There we go. And you can change that to whatever you want. So if you want to hold your left scroll wheel to like fold your mirrors or increase and decrease the fan speed, it's customizable, so very cool. These are pretty self-explanatory. I speak English, that works very well for me. Text size, you can do large, you have to reset your whole thing, but I keep mine on standard. Time between 12 and 24 hours. Energy display, that's this thing up here. So if you do percentage, so 70%. If I do distance, it does 201 miles, so that's my thing there. You can just tap here to change that as well. And then I'm here in America, so miles, Fahrenheit, and PSI all make sense to me. Now next we have schedule. We talked about that already. So let's go ahead and go to safety. And here we have Sentry mode. So if you don't know what Sentry mode is, when your car is parked at a grocery store, your car will record anybody or anything that comes around to it. So if somebody or something hits it, you'll have that footage recorded through Sentry mode on your car. It does take up some battery, so if you want to turn it off when you're at home or at work or at any favorite locations, you can do that with these boxes here. Camera-based detection, so if somebody comes close to your car and your cameras sense it, your cameras will start recording. I like to turn that on, just make it a little more sensitive, a little more safe for you. Disable Sentry sound, so if your car senses a significant threat, it'll make a sound or a beep to kind of hopefully scare somebody away. I keep that off. I want those sounds to be on if that were to happen to me. And then view camera in mobile app. Super cool to see a live camera from different angles of your car from anywhere via your Tesla app. So I keep that on because that's just super cool. Now dash cam, it tells you how you want to save your dash cam footage. I keep mine on auto, but you can do it manual as well. You want to turn it on something, but manual, if you have it on manual, you want to tap this camera icon here. I keep mine on the quick menu, so if you do this and drag it down here, that way it's always there for you. But when you're driving, if you just tap that, it'll save your last 10 minutes of your driving. So if something happens to you, you can record it that way. But if you have it on auto, it'll automatically just detect like in accidents and stuff. It'll have it all recorded for you. And honk is pretty cool. If you just honk your horn, it'll save your dash cam footage as well. If for some reason you want to delete your dash cam clips or format a new USB drive, you put a new one in there, you can do that here as well. Automatic blind spot camera, I already talked about that, right? That's what that is there. Blind spot collision warning chime is pretty cool. If you're backing out of a parking spot and somebody's behind you, you don't see them, it'll give you a little beep to let you know that somebody's behind you and to not back up. Blind spot warning light. In addition to the little chime, you'll have a little red light on your screen to tell you, hey, someone's behind you on your right or your left side. And rear cross traffic chime. I noticed this when I'm back out of my driveway and somebody drives across my street. It's pretty sensitive, which I don't mind. It lets me know someone's driving on the street and then I can't back up right away. Allow mobile access lets you access your car from your Tesla app. Recommend turning that on. Valet mode does certain things. You want to create a pin for it if you enable that. But the biggest thing, it keeps your car like under 10 miles an hour. So if you're worried about a valet taking your car and doing some burnouts, you can turn on valet mode. Pin to drive, very similar. You got to set up a pin here. But if you just want a pin to drive your car every single time, a good safety feature, maybe annoying if you don't want that every single time, but you have the option here to create a pin, and every time you or someone gets in your car, you got to enter that pin to drive. And then glove box pin, same thing, create a 4-digit pin to open your glove box. Parental controls are pretty cool. You can turn them on and customize all these things here. So if you do have kids and want to limit their speed, reduce acceleration, require safety features, or send curfew notifications, you can do all that here as well. Speed limit mode, if you want your car to never want to go over a certain speed, you can set that here. I'm going to keep mine off. Now, cabin overheat protection. If you're out and about and your car is parked in the summer, the interior gets hot. If you don't want it to get above 90, 95, or 100, you could enable that here and set it at whatever you want. But do note, If you're like here in Vegas in the summer, it's going to take a lot of battery cooling your car to keep it under 100 degrees all day if you're parked somewhere like at work or something. You have the option for no AC, so it'll just run the fans and not turn the AC on, but it won't get as cool, obviously. I just keep mine off because, like I said, I know the interior gets hot. That's fine with me. I live in Vegas, and I don't want to lose all that battery because of cabin overheat protection. Automatic 911 call if the airbags deploy. That makes sense. That sounds good to me. Security alarm if somebody tries to break into my car. I want the alarm to go off. Keep that on. Park assist chimes. If you're parking in your garage or a tight spot, your car will show you how close you are to the wall or a curb and start beeping when you get closer. They can be annoying. I turn mine off. You can turn yours on if you want to. Lower volume in reverse, just like it sounds. If you're backing up, you have some music on, it'll be a little quieter. And Joe mode, so all the chimes the car gives you for whatever reason are kind of loud, to be honest. I keep Joe mode on, and what that does, it keeps the chimes just a little bit quieter. You can still hear them. There's no problem with that. They're still a good volume, but they're not just super loud. And then lastly here, you can turn on your parking brake and you can power off your car here as well. The next menu is the service menu. We have a lot of options here. I would never really touch these unless you want to try to troubleshoot something in your car, or a Tesla service recommends that you try to do it this way. This is usually for service people only, like for example, adjust headlights. And even says here, headlights should only be adjusted by trained service technicians. But if something happens, you want to troubleshoot your car, you can play around here with something, but I really wouldn't touch it unless you need to. Next, we'll go to software. Here you can change the color of your car on your display. It won't change the outside color of your car, just in the display here, obviously. You can name your vehicle as well. I don't have a name yet. If you guys have any cool ideas, let me know, but that's where you do that. You can see if you have FSD or connectivity, how long you have that for, your software version, your FSD version, and then software update preferences. So Tesla always has software updates. If you want to get them as soon as possible, you want to turn this on advanced. And then here we have some privacy notices as well. If you want to not share certain things or decline certain things, you can do that here as well. Next, we have navigation. The navigation volume, there's a lady that tells you like when to turn and where you need to go, like for navigating. I keep mine on quiet, on mute. I just don't need it. I kind of know where I'm going most of the time anyway. I can look at the screen. But if you want that reminder, that voice, you can turn that on and adjust that volume however you want to. If you're on Autopilot or FSD, you want to use HOV lanes, you can enable that here as well. Automatic navigation. So if you routinely go to the same place at the same time every week or every day, if you turn this on, your Tesla kind of gets familiar with that habit. So let's say you go to work at 9 a.m. every day, right? If you turn automatic navigation on and get in your car at 8:45, your car will have you navigated to work automatically once you get in. Trip planner adds supercharger stops if necessary. Makes sense. Online routing finds the fastest route based on traffic. I like that. I keep that on definitely. And if it finds a faster route that's like 2 minutes or 5 minutes faster, it'll change that automatically for me. Speed camera chime. If there's a speed camera in the area, give me a little ding, a little heads up and let me know. That sounds good too. And if I want my navigation to avoid tolls or avoid ferries, I can do that here as well. Next, we have trips, just like any other car. Like for example, if I'm going on a road trip, I want to see how many miles I get, how much energy I spend, all this stuff here. I can reset this and then like rename it to like, let's say road trip or whatever. I can see all my data from that trip there. So now whenever I drive, it'll all show up there from now forward. Wi-Fi, self-explanatory. Here are your Wi-Fi networks. I'm not at my house. I'm not Anderson. I don't know who that is. But if you're in your garage, I want to connect to Wi-Fi to get those software updates. Here is where you do that. Bluetooth shows your phone. You can turn on some settings here. Priority device. So my wife drives my car too. So if I get in my car, my wife is with me. If my phone is set as priority device, it will read my phone for all like the music and the settings and all my stuff because I'm usually driving my car. So I'm the priority device here. Sync contacts and calls. So if I hit the voice navigation and say, hey, call JoJo, it'll know that contact and it'll call my wife. Sync messages. I don't really care for that. You can see text on here and it'll save here. I don't really care for that. And chime on new message. My phone's on D&D most of the time. I want to keep that quiet. But if you want to see a new text on your screen, have a little beep for you, you can enable that there as well. Reduce fan speed during calls. Super convenient if you're talking on the phone through your car and it's like super hot out, you got the AC kicking. It'll turn it down so you can actually talk and the person you're talking to won't hear those high fans. And lastly, we have upgrades. If it ever loads here, I'll show you guys what it is. You can subscribe to full self-driving and premium connectivity, or on certain models, acceleration boost. all that stuff here if you want to do it yearly or monthly or one-time purchase, I guess. Whatever you have the option to subscribe to, it will show here in your upgrades. And that is the entire Tesla menu. It took a while. There's a lot of stuff here. But again, most of it is pretty self-explanatory. And if you're a new or soon-to-be new Tesla owner, I hope it made you feel a little more comfortable and not so overwhelmed, because while yes, there is a lot of things, a lot of it is pretty self-explanatory. So again, I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. But as always, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.